So the pituitary gland fell off, so we'll go over that later. Okay. So this whole part, the brainy part we went over, is your cerebrum, right? This line down the middle is your longitudinal fissure. Okay. If you, all these parts that are not sunken in, they're kind of standing out. Those are your gyri, or your gyrus singular, and then your sulci are the lines, right? Then you have your cerebellum back here, and you have your brain stem over here. So your brain stem consists of the midbrain, which is this part right here. Okay. The pons, which is right below the midbrain. It's kind of this swollen part of your brain stem. And then you have your medulla right here. Okay, your medulla, you have medullary pyramids. Those are when you look at the anterior portion of your medulla. It's these two like rounded portions right here. Okay, kind of two fingers next to each other.
Also, not these up here.
No, these are the pons. They kind of look like two olives or something right here on the models. So the two finger parts right here are your medullary pyramids. Then you have your corpus callosum right here. Okay. So this area. It's like hard to have everybody see it. And then you have your diencephalon, which is the area that has what? What's in your diencephalon? Anybody remember from lunch? It does have some cerebral spinal fluid, but it's where your thalamus and hypothalamus are.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So your thalamus is this area right here. It's around the little eyeball-looking thing of the duck. If this were a duck. So you have your hypothalamus right here. I'm sorry, your thalamus. And the beak area right here of the duck that I was telling you guys about is the hypothalamus.
Oh, on the actual brain, it looks like a duck.
Yes, in the actual brain it looks like it. It's not a duck. But it looks like a duck kind of if you look at
But
it.
on the
Oh, yeah, it
PowerPoint,
really
doesn't
does.
look like one.
Oh, does it look like one now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's a duck. So this is your thalamus, your hypothalamus, right? And then your pituitary gland. This needle is supposed to be holding it, but it fell off. Literally hangs off of like the beak of the duck, so it looks it's kind of hanging off there, right there. So this little round part. Okay.
Cool.
Your pineal gland is back here, where it says number 23. Okay.
Is there a list also on our PowerPoint thing where it tells us the numbers on the model?
No. I mean, if you go to Dr. Schwartz's website, he has models of the brain there, but he has like them with numbers and what their numbers are on the side, but they're not the same ones as the ones in here.
Because it kind of helped for the muscle test.
Well, you have he does have pictures of this on there, but he didn't point them out on this model. So, yeah. I mean, you can write down the numbers and I could go through it. Or at least we can write numbers down next to them. So number 23, if you write it down, that's your pineal gland here. So the pineal is back here. Okay? Do you guys all see where that, can you see where that is? Oh, okay. All right, so this area right here is where your lateral ventricle is. Okay? Lateral ventricle. In this area, you also have your third ventricle, the area where you have your thalamus. It's the third ventricle. If you look right here, this is where your fourth ventricle is. It's the space in between your brainstem and your cerebellum. Okay, you guys all see all that?
Down. What is that?
This is your fourth ventricle. It's the space in between. It's like a little cavity in between your. Right there. What am I missing? Oh, gray matter and white matter. So if you take these apart and you actually were to cut open these gyri or whatever, you can see your cerebral cortex area or the gray matter area. Right here is kind of the outline at the top. And then this white area is your white matter. Okay?
So the gray matter is the pink stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of darker looking.
Right.
So that makes your cerebral cortex too, is the gray matter area. Nice little stuff. All right.
Except for Jen.
What?
Everybody has iPhone.
Oh, yeah. They're so popular these days. A few kids. All right. I think I went over everything on the parts of the brain. Right? Any questions so far? Okay, optic nerves. I am not going to tell you all the names of the nerves. I'm just going to tell you the number so that you can see where they are, and then you can memorize the names that go with them. But
We can make like flashcards.
huh?
We can make flashcards.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because they don't really like looking at them from here. It's not very easy to tell like what their name would be, but the number is pretty apparent. So these are going to be kind of hard to see. I'm going to take the cerebellum off just so you can have a good view, and then take off one of these sides, these lobes here. Okay, so this is cranial nerve 1. These long ones right here. Okay. Cranial nerve 2 is this part right here, these nerves right here. Okay. You see that? These two. 3 is kind of hard to see. So it's actually this nerve right here. These two right here.
Okay.
You see that? On the inside? So they're this one right here. Okay, you guys see this? This is number 3. You see it? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so 4 is also a little bit of a tough one to see. This is 4 right here. It's kind of on the outside. Did you see how I had to move one of the lobes in order to see it easy? So that's number 4. Okay. This is number 4. So 3 is in here, 4 is right here. So it's kind of 3 is more on the inside, 4 is more on the outside of the brainstem area. Okay. Do you see that? Okay. So far we've gone 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 5 is right here. These two on this side. Okay. This is 5 right here. The little nub. Yeah.
Nub.
It's your trigeminal. It usually has like 3 branches coming off of it, but it cut it off. Okay, so then when you go to number 6, you start from the inside area of the brainstem, right here, like the pons area. Okay, so this is number 6, and then you work your way out. So this is 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay, did you guys all see? 6, 7, 8. Okay, then 9 and 10 are pretty close together too. You go, so you had 6, 7, and 8, and then this area is 9 and 10. You can kind of see the division on this side a little bit better. This is 9, this is 10.
Okay.
This is 9 and 10, 9 and 10. Do you guys see that? 9 and 10. And then 11 is this long one right here. It's your accessory here. This is 11. Okay. And then 12 is your, is actually, you kind of go back to the, so all of them kind of went this way, and then 12 is back up a little bit more, faces a little more anteriorly on the brainstem. So this is 12 right here. Okay, so we had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, you go over here. Okay, so do you guys all see where everything is? Okay, good, so you can go learn the names.